In 2023, the Messy Collective, formerly known as Elle Lui, was organizing a big concert for Fierté Montréal, also known as Pride Montreal, putting the lesbian community in the spotlight.
We were excited to work with them. We were excited to put on something that was representative of our community, of the many lesbian communities in Montreal, or at least hoping to do so, in a way that was putting on just like this huge blowout party type thing.
But that excitement turned into frustration. The Messy Collective organizers say they experienced slow communication, contract delays, and unfulfilled promises from Pride Montreal. Winter said Pride provided faulty DJ equipment and can no longer pay for returning flights for artists.
It was a lack of professionalism that led us there, and then we had to lean on ourselves.
Other promoters CBC spoke to say they've also dealt with unprofessional behavior from Pride Montreal. Voule Vu Productions was set to host a Drag Kings workshop last year, their 4th time at the festival. But only a month before the event, they learned they were no longer on the program.
And the reason that we did go forward with putting it on ourselves is because we'd already promised the artist this money and they were expecting it. So we had to, negotiate the artists' prices down a bit because otherwise, it wouldn't really have been possible. And we did end up having to go into a deficit.
In an interview with CBC, Pride acknowledges that the organization isn't perfect.
I know there has been mishaps or there has been situation, but since then we have corrected those and our contracts are more clear. They are updated also to the industry standard.
Carolina Montrose, another promoter CBC spoke with, says miscommunication and the lack of transparency abruptly ended her relationship with Pride back in 2023. Pride had booked someone she alleges had physically abused her, a person she says had been banned by the previous administration. When she brought up her concerns to the head of HR and Pride's executive director, Montrose says she feels that it fell on deaf ears. Just a week later, her event was pulled from the program, just 2 months before it was supposed to take place.
I felt like I was stabbed in the back by an organization that claims to protect our community. Imagine the cost of booking a 15 hotel nights last minute during the highest season in Montreal. It was extremely expensive and stressful for me.
According to emails viewed by the CBC, the official explanation is that Montrose hadn't paid the fees required to be part of its programming, though she says those fees were waived months before. Pride told CBC News they launched an internal inquiry last April, addressing multiple concerns from internal and external parties. Montrose calls the results of that inquiry, a streamlined complaint system, laughable.
In any other organization, I feel like people would get in trouble for doing such things.
After their experiences, Montrose, the Messy Collective, and Voule Vu say they feel lesbian events rank lower on Pride's list of priorities.
For Fierté to say that they're supporting the entire queer community, but it's not. You can put all of the letters in an acronym, but that's not actually who you're serving.
They cannot take accountability, and I think that's the biggest problem with Fierté, the lack of accountability.
Our focus is to better ourselves. It's not to discriminate against the lesbian space or collective or communities, and it's sad to me that it's their impression.
Voule Vu, Messy, Montrose, and 8 other community groups and collectives, all in the lesbian space, signed an open letter in spring 2025 calling out Pride Montreal for its behavior. They're now participating in Wild Pride, an event running at the same time as Pride Montreal.